This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 428, Top 20 Motivation Tips, Part 1, by Babauta of Zen Habits.net, and I'm Justin Malik. How's it going, old friend? Happy Saturday, and thank you for being here. This is where I read to you from amazing blogs, like today's blog, Zen Habits, which was named as one of Time Magazine's top 20-something blogs, which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. And speaking of top 20, this post is a top 20 motivation tips. A while back, I was asking subscribers of my weekly newsletter what they struggle with the most, and motivation was a very common answer, so I'm hoping this helps you out. It is long, it's 20 tips, so I'm breaking it up into 2 posts. So with that, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Top 20 Motivation Tips, Part 1, by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. This article is a list of tips and tricks that, if used in combination, are nearly sure way to achieve your goals. Achieving goals is not a matter of having discipline, it's a matter of motivating yourself and keeping your focus on your goal. Follow these tips or any combination of them that works for you, and you should have the motivation and focus you need. Here they are. Number 1, chart your progress. Recently, I posted about how I created a chart to track my progress with each of my goals. This chart is not just for information purposes for me to look back and see how I'm doing. Is to motivate me to keep up with my goals. If I'm diligent about checking my chart every day and marking dots or X's, then I'll want to make sure I fill it with dots. I'll think to myself, I better do this today if I want to mark a dot. Well, that's a small motivation, but it helps, trust me. Some people prefer to use gold stars. Others have a training log, which works just as well, or try Joe's goals. However you do it, track your progress and allow yourself a bit of pride each time you give yourself a good mark. Now, you will have some bad marks on your chart. That's okay. Don't let a few bad marks stop you from continuing. Strive instead to get the good marks next time. Number 2, hold yourself back. When I start with a new exercise program or any new goal really, I am raring to go. I'm full of excitement and my enthusiasm knows no boundaries, nor does my sense of self-limitation. I think I could do anything. It's not long before I learned that I do have limitations and my enthusiasm begins to wane. Well, a great motivator that I've learned is that when you have so much energy at the beginning of a program and want to go all out, hold back. Don't let yourself do everything you want to do. Only let yourself do 50 to 75% of what you want to do, and plan out a course of action where you slowly increase over time. For example, if I want to go running, I might think I can run 3 miles at first, but instead of letting myself do that, I start by only running a mile. When I'm doing that mile, I'll be telling myself that I can do more, but I don't let myself. After that workout, I'll be looking forward to the next workout when I'll let myself do 1.5 miles. I keep that energy reined in, harness it so that I can ride it even further. Number 3, join an online or offline group to help keep you focused and motivated. When I started to run more than a year ago, I joined a few different forums at different times on different sites, such as Men's Health, the Belly Off Runners Club, Runner's World, Cool Running, and the running group at About.com. I did the same when I was quitting smoking. Each time I joined a forum, it helped keep me on track. Not only did I meet a bunch of other people who were either going through what I was going through or who had already been through it, I would report my progress and failures as I went along. They were there for great advice, for moral support, to help keep me going when I wanted to stop. Number 4, post a picture of your goal someplace visible, near your desk or on your refrigerator, for example. Visualizing your goal, exactly how you think it'll be when you've achieved it, whether it's financial goals like traveling to Rome or building a dream house, or physical goals like finishing a marathon or getting a flat stomach, is a great motivator and one of the best ways to actualizing your goals. Find a magazine photo or a picture online and post it somewhere where you can see it not only daily, but hourly if possible. Put it as your desktop photo or your home page. Use the power of your visual sense to keep you focused on your goal, because that focus is what will keep you motivated over the long term. Once you lose focus, you lose motivation. So having something to keep bringing your focus back to your goal will help keep that motivation. Number 5, get a workout partner or goal buddy. Staying motivated on your own is tough, but if you find someone with similar goals, running, dieting, finances, etc., see if they'd like to partner with you, or partner with your spouse, sibling, or best friend on whatever goals they're trying to achieve. You don't have to be going after the same goals as long as you are both pushing and encouraging each other to succeed. Number 6, just get started. There are some days when you don't feel like heading out the door for a run or figuring out your budget or whatever it is you're supposed to do that day for your goal. Well, instead of thinking about how hard it is and how long it will take, tell yourself that you just have to start. I have a rule, not an original one, that I just have to put on my running shoes and close the door behind me. After that, it all flows naturally. It's when you're sitting in your house thinking about running and feeling tired that it seems hard. Once you start, it is never as hard as you thought it would be. This tip works for me every time. Number 7, make it a pleasure. One reason we might put off something that will help us achieve our goals, such as exercise, for example, is because it seems like hard work. Well, this might be true, but the key is to find a way to make it fun or pleasurable. If your goal activity becomes a treat, you actually look forward to it. And that's a good thing. Number 8, hear that in tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled Top 20 Motivation Tips by Leo Babauta of ZenHabits.net, and I'll wrap up this post tomorrow. Really quick, this is one of 4 podcasts, so if you like blogs being read to you, check out our others. You can find them all at oldpodcast.com, but you should be able to easily find them in your podcast app just by searching for this show again, Optimal Living Daily. It'd be awesome if you could subscribe to the other shows too, because subscribing to those helps this one, believe it or not. We have a personal finance version, a health and fitness one, another for startups and entrepreneurs. All have great content that is easy to digest. It'd mean a lot if you could subscribe to those shows too. I hope you have a great Saturday and weekend. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.